What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have one of my favorite series to record on a weekly basis, the New Orleans Saints versus Minnesota Vikings preview and predictions. This is where we go and talk a little bit about the game, talk about what we think is going to happen, talk about so much stuff that has to do with this matchup, and it's a pretty special one. We're playing the Minnesota Vikings, who have knocked the Saints out of the playoffs 2 out of the last 3 seasons. Okay, that's ridiculous. On Christmas Day in front of the entire world on prime time television. It's going to be really interesting to see how this team works against a Minnesota Vikings team that they haven't played this season and that has a lot of things they can use in their disposal to beat this Saints team up. But I'm really optimistic that we are going to see a good showing from this Saints team and a good game in general by both of these organizations. So before we get into it, I'm going to ask you guys to go ahead and subscribe to my other channel, the new one that I'm building. It's called The Other 31. It is going to be about the entirety of the NFL. I'll probably start making videos on there around playoff time. But yeah, thank you guys so much, and let's go ahead and get straight into this video. Some of you might have noticed I was lacking when the video started, but I have changed it. It now says Vikings at the bottom instead of Chiefs. I know I'm really bad with that, but it just happened. So, the 6-8 Minnesota Vikings are traveling to take on the 10-4 New Orleans Saints. Both of these teams had higher expectations than what they are now. The Saints should be like, I don't know, 12-2 right now. They should not be 10-4 in a lot of the public opinion, but injury and so much more has caused this team to drop a few games, and I feel like the Minnesota Vikings are in a very similar situation. They had a lot more playoff aspirations than they do now. Their playoff hopes completely ride on this game. If the New Orleans Saints beat them, they will knock them out of playoff contention, and I know a lot of Saints fans, that is your fairy tale ending, knocking Minnesota out of the playoff picture so you don't have to deal with them later. It's like a curse. So these dudes, like I said, are 6-8. They have a .429 win percentage. I feel like they should be so much better. They started the season, I believe, 1-5 and are now 6-8. If they didn't get off to such a shaky start, I feel like they would be a playoff team, but things happen. This is the NFL, and the matchup we have on tomorrow is the 10-4 New Orleans Saints facing the 6-8 Minnesota Vikings in New Orleans. Now, like I said, home field advantage isn't the craziest thing, but here it does matter. We're playing in the Dome, somewhere we practice on every day of the week. It's going to matter regardless. The Saints are used to this turf. They're going to have 3,000 fans there supporting them, and hopefully it'll be enough to lead them over this team in the Minnesota Vikings. Both of these teams have playoff aspirations. Even if the Vikings ones may be slim, they're still there. They're still hoping to claw their way in, and this game means a lot to both of these teams. So let's go ahead, now that we got the overview out of the way, let's go ahead and look at the injury report, which, man, oh man, is massive for both of these teams. So for the Minnesota Vikings, you have linebacker Eric Kendricks, who is out. You have Kyle Rudolph, the tight end, who is out. C.J. Ham, a fullback, who is questionable. Alexander Madison, a running back, who is out. Troy Dye, who is a linebacker, out. Todd Davis, who is a linebacker, doubtful. Armin Watts, a defensive tackle, who is questionable, and Jalen Holmes, a defensive end, who is out. So you're telling me that there are 5 players on the Minnesota Vikings defense who are not going to be playing in this game, and 4 of them are linebackers. Of course, you have Todd Davis, who is doubtful, but he's probably not going to play if he's doubtful. That's a bad state to be in. And then you have Kyle Rudolph, who's out, and then C.J. Ham and Alexander Madison, who are probably not going to play either. That is insane. 4 linebackers will not be playing for the Minnesota Vikings. That is ridiculous. They're looking like the New Orleans Saints receiving core out here. Expect a really big day for Alvin Kamara and Latavius Murray. I don't know how you don't attack that middle, missing 4 entire linebackers. That is insane. The middle of the field is going to get lit up all day. Expect Marquez Callaway to get open in the soft passing game, 5 to 10 yards out. You're going to have Alvin Kamara and Latavius Murray plowing down those backup linebackers. It's going to be, I think, a very hard task for these backup linebackers to defend the New Orleans Saints. That's a lot. A big task. 2 great running backs. 2 really good tight ends. Emmanuel Sanders. Marquez Callaway. I don't know how you do it without 4 linebackers, bro. That is a huge deficit to overcome. Everybody else will be playing for them, but they have 5 players who are not going to play and 1 who is doubtful. 6 total players are in jeopardy of missing this game. Good God, Minnesota. The injury bug hit you so hard. Let's move on to the New Orleans Saints. So for the Saints, you have Traquan Smith, who will be missing this game. Another wide receiver down for them. Andrus Peat has upgraded to questionable instead of out. Nick Easton is out. Marcus Williams will be out, but he has not been placed on injury reserve like Traquan Smith has. Carl Granderson was full practice and will be playing. Malcolm Brown and Trey Hendrickson are both questionable. The problem with Trey Hendrickson is though he was limited all week and then did not practice on Thursday, so that looks like a little bit of a trend down in his status for this game. I'm hoping he'll be able to play, but he has a neck stinger, and you don't want to aggravate that. Deontay Harris got put on IR with one of those, so you got to go ahead and not be super push to play him. He has to, rest on that stinger. You don't want to just throw him out there. So the Saints injury report is not as absolutely disgusting as the Minnesota Vikings is. It's really tough. They are going to be missing so many players in this matchup, and it's insane. Expect Alvin Kamara to get going. Expect the Saints offense to do great. The Saints defense isn't missing many players at all other than Trey Hendrickson that probably won't play this game. We are absolutely set to get a win on Christmas Day against these Minnesota Vikings. And I'm telling you right now, it would be so sweet to knock the dudes, okay, that knocked us out of the playoffs 2 times in the last 3 years out of the playoff race completely. Making sure they can't go ahead and do that again. I would be more than happy to watch that happen. I promise you. So the New Orleans Saints versus Minnesota Vikings. My final prediction for this game, I really don't think the Minnesota Vikings, missing 4 linebackers on that defensive side of the ball, are going to be able to stop this Saints offense. Regardless of how many pieces they're missing, they're still really good and have still done a great job at putting points up on the board. And you have, of course, Latavius Murray and Alvin Kamara, who are going to go haywire with these missing players. They already have one of the worst run defenses in the league, so pairing that with 4 injured linebackers is ridiculous. They have a great offense, but they're going to have to do a really good job at stopping this New Orleans Saints team if they want a chance at winning this game. So with that being said, I'm going to say that the New Orleans Saints are going to win this game 28-24. But with that being said, the Vikings are also going to win 56-0. So we're going to lose regardless. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you stopping by, and I'll see you boys. And sorry for the all over the place video. I didn't get to take notes for this video. I didn't get to prepare for it. My family's here, so I just had to get away for 10 minutes to record this, and it is what it is. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you boys in the next one. Adios. 0